What the fuck? Oh my god!
Okay, wow. Oh.
Hey!
Okay. Oh no. I might have drop kicked him. Whoa. You good, dog? I don't know what that was about. Okay, I don't care. Oh, what? Nah. Yeah. Yeah. Is she crazy? All that? So if she actually spilled water, he was gonna fall out like that. That's crazy. Oh shoot, he was in a oh shoot. My man just she's looking at him like he just got unmanned. Hold on. All right, let's get him off of the screen. She's looking at him like you just let that guy take your stuff. Like he's laughing, but she's looking at him like that's not a manly thing to do.
Hey!
All right, we saw this already. All right, folks, good morning. Welcome to the Blacksmith Podcast. I'm your host, Will B, and today we will be going over a couple of different topics. We got a good show lined up for you. First of all, yeah, we hee hee ha ha. That's part of it too. Got to throw some entertainment in there. Second of all, we're gonna go over. This is the plan now. If we get to it, we get to it. But we got two videos from Humphrey we're gonna go over first. Then we're gonna watch this good video that the good brother Y Invest put on here. Blow off top stocks with Josh. Don't let the name fool you. Then we got an intermission video from a judge. We're gonna talk about kingdom building. We'll talk about that. And then we're gonna take a look at the market. So stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Look at the market is at the end for a reason. Really, the reason is that I didn't know if Y Invest was going to be on today. He is on, but we're still going to put it at the end. That's going to be the cherry on top. Listen, a Sunday is still an ice cream Sunday is still an ice cream Sunday with the two scoops of ice cream, 2 bananas, and chocolate sauce. But isn't it so much better with the whipped cream and the cherry on top? That's what the look at the market is going to be today. So, we will be ready at the end of the show to discuss that. But for now, let's close this window. That's going to be that judge video. And we're going to get, look, I already gave y'all the preview. We're going to get to this one. This one, I do like this.
Let's $7 a day is about $200 per month, and that's enough to get you ahead financially. You can pay off a $30,000 loan at a 6% interest rate almost twice as fast, so 5.6 years instead of 10 years. That's because you would be making extra payments towards the principal, and this in turn would save you over $4,600 in interest. Another crazy thing that $7 a day can get you is that if you're trying to save your first $100,000 and you're saving diligently, well, an extra $200 a month can get you there 2.2 years earlier. And third, if it's invested over 30 years, $7 a day can amount to over $312,000 in future wealth. So I think a lot of us can find a way to make an extra $7 per day, whether that's through a side income, perhaps getting a raise at work, maybe working some overtime, or just cutting back on our expenses. What I really want to illustrate to you is that small habits can compound to big results and get you financially ahead over time. $7.
All right, let's hear it again, but I want y'all to pay attention, right? Take some notes on what he's saying. He's only talking about what $7 a day can do. And he goes through it rather quickly. So this time I'm going to pause it and we're going to talk about this, right? $7 a day. Pay attention.
Today is about $200 per month, and that's enough to get you ahead financially. You can pay off a $30,000 loan at a 6% interest rate almost twice as fast, so 5.6 years instead of 10 years. That's because you would be making extra payments towards the principal, and this in turn would save you over $4,600 in interest. Another crazy thing that...
Nope, let's go back. Let's not go through it that quickly. $30,000 car. A $30,000 car over the span of 10 years. I don't know who signs a $120 contract to pay off a car, But he's saying you could pay it off in 5 years, vice 10. But what if you signed up for 60 months? How much faster could you pay it off? And we're not here to do the math on it. I'm just saying, look at what he's talking about. Over the span, over time, $7 a day is a very, very powerful tool. Anybody have anything on that? Is that why you're unmuted? You want to say something? Oh, okay. Fair enough. So paying off a car in half the time. And then he talked about, I think it was like a 6% interest rate. So if you just join the live, I'm going to play this again so y'all can see it because we had a couple new people jump in. Just pay attention to this.
$7 a day is about $200 per month, and that's enough to get you ahead financially. You can pay off a $30,000 loan at a 6% interest rate almost twice as fast, so 5.6 years instead of 10 years. That's because you would be making extra payments towards the principal, and this in turn would save you over $4,600 in interest. Another crazy
$4,600 in interest if you just do $7 a day. Now, you wouldn't do $7 pay it today, $7 pay it today. No, what he's saying is, look, the average month is what, 30 days, right? So 30 times 7 is 210. He said about $200. He's right because it doesn't cover February, but just listen, $210 a month. If you were stacking that onto the principal of a car over 10 years, it'd pay it off in 5 is what he's getting at. Here we go. The chat is active. Let's get it. Don't spend it on one sandwich a day from a restaurant. Yeah, and see, here's the thing about that, right? We went over this last week, how much the average person spends on Starbucks. What was it? 2,500, 2,400 bucks, I think it was. And if you just didn't go to Starbucks every day, you'd have your $7 a day. Because $210 per month times 12, that's over $2,400, right? But just think about that, right? There's your money right there. Just cut the coffee out. Cut cigarettes out. A Chick-fil-A be hitting. Y'all are crazy. Yeah, Chick-fil-A be hitting. Hey, look at my eyes. It be hitting the pockets. And you're a money man too, so you understand that. He really broke it down. $7 a day. Yeah, sheesh. Yeah, so look. We all have an extra $7 a day. Stop going to the food trucks. Stop getting those Cali burritos. I've been guilty of it. Hey, somebody in the chat, everybody in the chat, let's get interactive on this. Everybody in the chat contribute at least one thing you know people do per day that would give you your $7 a day if they just stop doing that. And it can be over $7 because think about it. If you work Monday through Friday and it's something food or coffee related, but you wouldn't do it on the weekends, it probably costs more than the $7. Okay, there we go. Lunch at work instead of meal prep. Chick-fil-A be hitting though. Yeah, you're right. Chick-fil-A, hey, that Chick-fil-A will add up. What's the average Chick-fil-A meal? Like 15, 20 bucks for one person? I remember when I'm older now. In 2 months, I'll be 40. But I can remember where 15, 20 bucks could be a whole KFC meal. Not that that's the best thing for you, but I'm just saying. Lunch at work instead of meal prep. Let's throw that on there. Yeah, $7 a day. Let's give you some shout outs. You are crazy for that. Gambling. Let's talk about it. Well, how much? Yes. Gambling will cost you more than $7. Let's just stop right there. We already know you're telling the truth. You work at a casino now. You ain't never lied. Yeah. So, man, I'm from New York. My family lived all over the place. And I'm going to tell you something. I've never seen, like I heard of Atlantic City when I was living in New York and Jersey, but I never went. I have never seen so much casino stuff until I came out here to California, and then I went to Vegas a couple of times. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And just for the record, I took out $100 just to say I gambled in Vegas. I earned I earned. I won $75, but instead of stopping at 175, I just kept going. I was playing War. I went to a blackjack table. And then I lost down to like $25, and then I just stopped and I never gambled again. That was it. So I lost $75 gambling, and that's just it. I said I wasn't gonna pull out anymore. Just did that because gambling is not my thing. So it's but I will invest left and right, and people try to cross the two. Well, investing is gambling because if you really think about it, you don't really know where the stock market's going. And those are the people that you talk to them and you try to educate them, but it only goes so far. If they keep pushing back, all right, man, have at it. I'm gonna keep investing. You keep gambling. Let's see where we're at in 2 years. Just two. Just give it two. Don't go the full 10. Let's see 2 years. It's basically truest in the word. It's a slim chance you get more, but essentially you're putting your finances on a tightrope. Yeah, that's true. Also, folks in Discord, I'm sorry, man. I apologize to y'all profusely because people weren't joining on Saturday, so I just stopped caring. But today I was like, let me put the feelers out and just send them an invite because maybe they forgot that it's at every Saturday at 10. So I did that, and look, bunch of people joined. So I'm gonna start doing that. So if you get spammed at about 9:50 on a Saturday, that's why. The blacksmith is in the forge. We're forging today, baby. I just knocked some stuff over. I ain't even gonna pick it up. All right, so let's play the rest of the video. Y'all ready? Here we go.
The thing that $7 a day can get you is that if you're trying to save your first $100,000 and you're saving diligently, well, an extra $200 a month can get you there 2.2 years earlier. And third, if it's invested over 30 years.
He's quick with it, man. Let's play that again.
$7 a day can get you is that if you're trying to save your first $100,000 and you're saving diligently, well, an extra $200 a month can get you there 2.2 years earlier. And
all right, so now he's not talking about how long it takes to save $100,000. He's just saying on average it'll lessen the time by 2.2 years. So just think about that. Now, would you want to put an extra $210 on a mortgage every month? It might not make such an impact as being able to pay one payment to the mortgage, one extra payment to the mortgage every year, but on a smaller debt, like a car, like a credit card, you could make a large impact over the span of a couple of years a lot faster. And that's what he's getting at. He even went as far as to talk about 100 grand and saving that. Look, I'm telling you, he is right. $7 a day can change your life, and it may take a little bit, but if you could see, the thing is, get to the $7 a day first. Start doing it first. And once you see it working, I guarantee you will go further and say, what if I did $15 a day or $10 a day? What if I expanded to $10 a day? Now that $210 becomes $300 a month. And see, it goes on from there. Or maybe you do $7 over here on this car loan and $7 over here on this credit card. You'll start, instead of finding reasons to spend money because you're just being reckless, you will start finding ways to not save money, but finding ways to validate taking a portion of your money, an incremental portion of your money, a minute portion of your money per day, and putting it towards something that's going to help your debt to income ratio be freed up overall. You're going to help yourself by just pinching a little breadcrumb off of the whole loaf. We make spreadsheets for people so they can put whatever amount they want and see how it would change. All right, let's get that spreadsheet in here for everybody. And then we got somebody else typing. Let's see what the chat is saying. The chat's getting active. I'll wait until you say this and then we'll go over the rest of it, all right? We did one for budget. Oh, yes. Yes, we did do one for, if you missed a couple lives ago, maybe, about a month ago? We did maybe 6 weeks ago we did that budget episode. People diss where we at. People diss being cheap, but it's being conscious of their money. I always go to the motto: a penny saved, a penny earned. Yeah, you know, if you guys missed the Discord live, it is on YouTube. Let me see. Let me show you guys. It is on YouTube, and I'll show you what the thumbnail looks like. Let's view the channel. Let's go to videos. It was around December, and I did it on purpose. It's a picture of Charlie Munger. Okay, here's the budget one right here. The budget episode's got Warren Buffett and I on it. It's the only time y'all ever see us in a picture in the same room. I mean, it had to be AI'd. I wish he's 95. He's still alive. I'm working my way to get in the room with this man. But let me see. I think it's this one. Yeah, Charlie Munger. This is it. This one right here. 5 money mistakes that keep you poor. This is it. 3 months ago. So we did this one around Christmas, and then here's the other one 3 months ago. Notice it exploded with views. And it's probably for 2 reasons. One, most people don't know who these 2 men are in this video. 2, I guess they don't know who that guy is on the left either. I'm not famous. I'm not known. Now, if I were Shannon Sharp or, Cat Williams, or if I was already known, a basketball player, LeBron James, the views would be, it would have a 12 with an exponent on it, right? Now, knowing who these guys are is part of it. And then also look at the time. It's an hour and 29. It's an hour 32. Most people, they won't watch long form content. Now, if I was some of those people I named out, absolutely they would watch a video that long. But that's where the videos are if you missed that. And he's right. We did make budgets. And here's another thing, right? You said they diss people for being cheap. Listen, I don't think put the camera on me. I don't think it's being cheap. I think it's actually being responsible. It's actually having respect for yourself. You need to respect yourself enough to know where every one of your pennies are going, because if one thing we hate in New York and the Northeast in general, you ask any Northeasterner, and I say them in particular, you'll see why. Time is money up there. We move very, very fast. We talk very, very fast. We talk like this. All right, honey, what do you want? Oh, your coffee half and half. I want a everything bagel with cream cheese, and that's it. And they're already paying, right? That's how we move up there, right? Time is money, right? So we don't have time for other people to waste our time. Well, here's the thing. If, let's say, everybody else understands time is money as well, well, you need to act like it. Act like it in respecting yourself enough to respect your own time. We hate for somebody to waste our time. If the light turns green and we sit there for 10 seconds, now people are blowing the horn because you're wasting our time. Go, right? If fast food ain't fast, we're already upset because you're wasting our time. If we've asked a waiter for the check and it's been 15 minutes, hey, dog, let's go. Get the check out here, right? You're wasting our time. But you are disrespecting yourself because you're wasting your time by wasting your money. See, time equals money. If you're hourly or salary, it doesn't matter. Same, but if you're hourly, 40 hours a week equals your paycheck. But remember, what do you do at your 62? If you work, you could say we virtually work about a third of our lives. Let's say a fourth of our lives. So 25% of your life is going to be spent working. Respect that 25% by knowing where your money goes. I don't think it's being cheap. It's having self-respect. If you're wasting it on a burrito every day, you're putting extra calories in your body that you don't need, cholesterol you don't need. You're doing a disservice to yourself. I can go on, but let's get to the rest of his video.
Third, if it's invested over 30 years, $7 a day can amount to over $312,000 in future wealth. So I think a lot of us can find a way to make an extra $7 per day, whether that's through a side income.
All right, so he went through it. It was a very quick lesson. Let's hear it again.
If it's invested over 30 years, $7 a day can amount to over $312,000 in future wealth.
So here's how you could do that. It says 8% interest rate. Acorns advertises that it'll get you 7 to 12% per year. You could put $7 a day or $210 a month. You could do it on a weekly basis if you want to, but just make it equal 210 per month. Acorns will pull that from your account and get you 7 to 12% interest. If you leave it there 30 years, what he's saying is you'd have $312,000. Now, here's the thing. If you already have a 401, if you already have an IRA, a 401k, a 403b, a thrift savings plan, whatever it's called, if you already have an IRA, traditional, non-traditional, whatever, that's one place you are actually invested. That's an investment because it's growing faster than the speed of inflation, 3% a year on average. So if you have that, check. If you're invested in, let's say, what's the next thing? A money market account, if it's getting more than 3% a year. If you are in a mutual fund, if you're in index funds, right? You're invested. That's check number 2. If you're doing the stock market, I would say you could do one or both. Both is better. But one or two of these, the market or mutual funds are stuff outside of the market. You do it through a broker or something. If you're already invested in the stock market and you're growing your money that way, I don't care if it's index funds, ETFs, or whatever, safer investment, slower return, don't care. As long as it's beating inflation, you're check, right? Then you need to be saving money as well. But remember, saving money, you could do a high yield savings and still beat 3% a year. Don't be saving and not beat inflation, because then your money, the power of your money, the buying power is going down. So if you're doing all that stuff, check, check, check. Acorns is another way you could save money. And look, if you fell on hard times, let's say you saved $10,000 in Acorns, you can actually pull it without penalty. Now, what it's going to do, it may penalize you if it puts you in a higher tax bracket, because if you pull it out of there, it's realized, well, you already been taxed on it. You already been taxed on it. So you can pull the money out of Acorns without taking a charge for it. So both is good. Yeah, both is good. I will 100 that. If I didn't, am I the 100? Yeah, let's do that. I recognize what y'all are saying is true. All right, so now we've gone through that video. Let's get to the second video from Humphrey. Humphrey Yang is, I like his stuff. Now here's 3 signs you're financially ahead. Here we go.
3 signs that show me you're ahead financially. If you're 3 signs that show me you're ahead financially.
Hit the trackball.
Sign number 1 is that you know where your money is going. Now, you don't have to track every single dollar, but you should know roughly what you tend to spend your money on and what categories you might overspend in. And if you know this, I think that's a good sign. That shows me you're aware of your finances. Just like if you were to go to the gym and you're trying to lose some weight, you know your starting weight, and so you know your goal weight, and therefore you can kind of make the right actions to get to that weight. Sign number 2 is that you are saving at least 15% of your income. In general, if you save 15% of your income, you can make good progress investing, and you're also on track for retirement. If you make $50,000 per year and you're able to save 15%, that's $7,500 a year that you can invest. And if you invest from the age of 25 until you're the retirement age, you have over $2.46 million. Sign number 3 is that you track your net worth, and this will actually tell you if you are ahead or behind financially based on the numbers here on the screen. All you have to do to track your net worth is to simply add up all of your assets and then subtract any debts that you might owe, and that is your net worth. How many of these signs apply to you? Let me know in the comments.
Remember, we're going to go through it again, and we're going to pause it this time. But, all right, hopefully we're taking some notes, not just mental, but because mental notes can fade, especially if you're not engrossing yourself in this kind of knowledge. Who soaks in a bathtub full of financial knowledge every day? Probably not many people. So this is why I just do it on Saturdays, and we make sure we try and capture it all. So mine, I keep the blacksmith, the forge notebook. I keep notes in here for the shows, right? but then I'm also recording the shows. And then I also look stuff up during the week and I get inspiration. Sometimes I'll make shorts out of it, right? So, but not everybody's doing that all the time. And look, we live lives that is not just money, 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 money focused. So I get it. But let's go through this video again.
Signs that show me you're ahead financially. Sign number one is that you know where your money is going. Now, you don't have to track every single dollar.
And pause right there. Doing yourself, self-respect, respecting yourself is tracking every dollar. Why wouldn't you know where every dollar is? Why is it such a bore or such a chore? I would not, could not in a box. I would not, could not with a fox. Why is it such a chore or a bore for you to know where every dollar is going? Why? You have a pay stub, or you get in the military, you get an LES, a leave and earnings statement every month. It tells you what you gross and what you net. It's telling you what's getting deposited into your check. If you have any allotments, you should know what they are because you should have set them. When it hits your account, look at every itemized thing. You get a statement from your bank every month that says where your money's going. So why would you not be able to account for every penny? It just doesn't even make sense. Why? I don't understand. Chat, help me out.
Know roughly what you tend to spend your money on and what categories you might overspend in. And
that's another thing. You should have it broken up into categories. So the amount of gas you spend, the amount of fast food you spend, the amount of groceries, they should be different, because if you put it all under groceries, you might spend a lot and be like, oh, it's okay, it's groceries. No, it's not. Half of that is fast food. And if the number's $1,000, that should be alarming. Also, like entertainment. So that could be video games, movies, things like that. Break Netflix and subscriptions off, right? Put that in a separate category. You don't want to break it down to the molecule where you just have like Netflix and then Amazon Prime. Those are two subscriptions. Just put it under the next umbrella up. Just to put an umbrella over both of those. Those are subscriptions, right? Now, if you want an itemized thing, sure, do that. That's fine. But you admit you're a sucker for video games and subscriptions for Xbox. Okay, that's fine. But if it's Game Pass, how much does that cost a month, right? It might not be that much. If it's Game Pass and Xbox Live, what is Xbox Live? Like 50, 60 bucks a year? Something like that? 30 a month? Or Game Pass or Live? Which one do you have, or do you have both? Because both is good is not good in that case. Ultimate, what is that? So Ultimate is 30 bucks a month. Does that also get you Live? Or is it separate? I don't know. It basically gives Live and free games to play. So 30 bucks a month. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for everybody here. All right, we're not picking on you. So you offered the info in chat. So I'm gonna be tender here, but we're just gonna do the math on it. All right. So 30 bucks a month times. Okay, I'm glad it is. So that's 360 bucks a year, my man. So I thought this was Discord. Yeah, it is Discord. What are you talking about? Not Tinder. You're an idiot. You are all right, stop the show. You are a certified idiot. Where's it at? You are a certified idiot. Signed, sealed, delivered. This guy, what's wrong with this dude? Whose brother is this? Anyway, so that's $360 a year. If it's something that you actually want that bad, dude, keep it. It's fine. But where can you make up that $7 a day? So just say that's something that you don't want to touch. You do want that there. Maybe that's how you decompress. Maybe that's how you have fun. Listen, it's not smoking. It's not drinking. It's not having illicit kids or illegitimate kids, I mean to say. I was going to say illicit something else, but illegitimate kids, right? you're not doing anything that's really harmful. And as long as you're not utilizing too much of your 62, yeah, you're right. You know what I was going to say. What do you do at your 62? As long as it's not costing you too much of your spare time, just monitor it and pinch it off when you need to. Like, okay, I've been playing 2 hours today. I'm done. Let's go do something productive. Look, man, I'd say keep it. All right. I can't just say don't spend your money on anything that I think would be detrimental. Don't spend your time on anything that'd be detrimental. No, man, I need a release too. You know what I mean? So I've been playing my PS4 probably once or twice a week for maybe an hour or two a week. And that's helped me decompress. I've been playing this old school game that was made in 2001 called Dark Cloud 2. And I like the concept of going between the present, the past, and the future. And it's an RPG and it's a dungeon crawler. And I don't spend much, see, an hour or two a week. I'm not spending much time doing it, but it is helping me relax, but it's also helping me think. Because my brother and I, we also are writing an anime. Well, the other brothers not on, the other two brothers aren't on, but we're writing animes and stuff like that. So it's helping me stay creative. So whatever you got to do, my man. But let's go through the rest of this.
And if you know this, I think that's a good sign. That shows me you're aware of your finances, just like if you were to go to the gym and you're trying to lose some weight, you know your starting weight, and so you know your goal weight, and therefore you can kind of make the right actions to get to that weight. Sign number 2 is
now the gym. That is something I can actually agree with as well. I was there this morning. Got to do it. Nike, just do it. I was there this morning. He is actually right. You have a starting point. You have a goal in mind. And then when you take that after shot, you should be right where you want it to be, right? If you walk in without a goal, you're going to quit. Think about that for anything and everything you do. If you walk into your budget without a goal, you're going to quit. You're going to stop monitoring that. You need to add a slap sound. Yeah, let's do that. Because that, oh my God, I like that one. Maybe take we need the coin sound. Keep that. But anyway, we'll figure that out. But anyway, yeah, he is right about that. So liken this to anything in your life, and I think you'll be successful. Let's get with number 2.
is that you are saving at least 15% of your income. In general, if you save 15% of your income, you can make good progress investing, and you're also on track for retirement. If you make $50,000 per year and you're able to save 15%, that's $7,500 a year that you can invest. And if you invest from the age of 25 until you're the retirement age, you have over $2.46 million. Sign number 3 is that you...
Did y'all hear the math? Now that the math was fast, right? He said 15% of 50,000, I think, was 7,500, if I heard him right. And if I do the math, 10% would be 5,000. So yeah, 15% over the course. I think it was 42 years up on his screen. So that's another thing, right? What do you do at your 62? Some of you guys are younger than 39, right? I'm 39. Some of you guys can imply this, and actually, if you have 15%, you'd be beating me out. You have something more than I have, and none of us know. You don't see a magical number above my head and it says 62 years left on planet Earth. We never know how much time we have left, but you can plan if you live to the age of 80, 90 years old to not be broke, right? So just listen to this piece again.
You're able to save 15%, that's $7,500.
That's 50 grand.
Invest, and if you invest from the age of 25 until you're the retirement age, you have over $2.46 million. Sign number...
Who would not want 2.46 million? What did you say? Unfortunately, I had to head back to work. This has been good live. Thank you for hosting today. Hey, my man, you know what? Anytime. Actually, look in my eyes. Every time on Saturday at 10 PST. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm not. But you can catch the rest on YouTube. All right. I'm going to have it uploaded maybe usually within a half hour of recording it. It's up on YouTube. It'll be in the, cool. I appreciate that. You're going to be attending regularly. I'm going to be sending out the notifications regularly now because I see it, I didn't, You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I never took a shot to get you guys on here after a while because I just thought people didn't care. But, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So getting back to the show, who could not use $2.46 million? And here's the problem, though, right? You see a lot of these elderly people, and they're struggling. Remember, they had their opportunity to spend or to spend $7 a day or invest $7 a day. Just remember that when you see these people, they have probably made hundreds of thousands. Remember, it's a generation before us. So let's lower the zeros. We will make millions in our lifetime. They have at least made hundreds of thousands. And their grandparents, they made tens of thousands. So they had the opportunity for that $7 a day, $3 a day to compound like we do. So in 30, 40 years, there'll be a new blacksmith in the forge saying, remember, he had his chance to save $7, $10, $15 a day. These guys made millions of dollars during their lifetime. But the problem is if you spend it all, disrespect yourself by spending it all, especially on liabilities, then you wind up in a sunken state the rest of your life when you're old. Why would you do that? Remember, I ask the question all the time. If your 50-year-old self, now if you're older than 50, go 60. If you're older than that, go 70. Just go to the next round number. If your 50-year-old self, yeah, you already know where I'm going, could reach back in time and touch you, right? Would he or she embrace you with a big hug saying, thanks for making my life so much better because of the moves you made today? I'm much better off. Slap fire out of you with the lips balled up like that for making dumb decisions today, right? Ask yourself that and really, really think about it, right? Really think about it. All right. So I think that, sign 3, let's get to that.
Number 3 is that you track your net worth, and this will actually tell you if you are ahead or...
All right, stop right there. Do y'all see that? Now, I can't get this off of the screen, but it says under 35, $39,000 should be your net worth. Some of us are at 35 and don't have a net worth of $39,000. You know why? We bought a Hellcat that cost us $70,000 when we're only making like 50 grand a year, right? And we have rent, we have utilities, we have entertainment, and we're probably in the red $200 a month, and we're not even tracking it. So our net worth is negative 39,000 instead of a positive 39,000. Hey, but listen, the more you know. If you are 35, you have time to change this. You can actually trade that car in or sell that car or get rid of that car. You need to get rid of that car and the debt associated with it. Even if you sold it to somebody for what's left on it and go buy you something sensible, that would be better than paying a $70 car note or $70,000 car note, which will probably be $1,100, $1,200 nowadays. I'm not even going to look up what the average car note is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not what I'm talking about. TUM apostrophe BAT. All right. So 30 to 44, 35 to 44, I can read. 135K. Just look at the rest of this. Most of us don't have these net worths. So if you're on par with this, or you're at least tracking it, that's better than not tracking it because it gives you a goal to shoot for. Right? If this is the median, remember, median is average, then you're not even average. Like when you're talking about the dating pool, right? Look at all these stupid videos online. I want 6 feet tall. The average guy is 5'9". No one wants to be average then. I want to earn in 6 figures. The average guy earns like 50, 60 grand a year, right? No one wants to be average then. I want them with 6-pack abs. Okay, well, the average, I can tell you right now, the average 39-year-old like myself is not 200 pounds and solid because they work out 6 times a week and they eat a balanced diet. My breakfast was in this cup. It's called a protein shake. Frozen fruit, oat milk, some cinnamon. I put some tangerine juice in there instead of orange juice. We found some tangerine juice. I put a little bit of that. If I don't do that, I fill the rest with water and 2 scoops of protein powder. That's breakfast. Most people can't, they won't do that. That's breakfast. All right. And look, I'm no better than anybody else. There was a time where I was going to McDonald's in the morning. I haven't gone to McDonald's since August of 2013. That's not to say I haven't eaten any fast food, but it's called being disciplined, right? And most people don't know what discipline looks like until you put a guy like Humphrey Yang in front of you. You assume he's doing it because he's teaching it. Knowing's half the battle, but remember, knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. Now, we are off of that. Let's take an intermission from that and let's watch this TikTok video.
For mowing an elderly woman's lawn?
A teenager is being fined for mowing his elderly neighbor's lawn. She couldn't do it herself. He didn't charge $1. Now the city says he operated without a permit. Wait until you hear what the judge said.
Your Honor, she's 82. She can't push a mower anymore, so I cut her grass. I didn't charge her anything. A week later, I got a citation. They said I needed a contractor permit.
Your Honor, landscaping services require proper licensing. Operating without a permit violates municipal code. Whether payment occurred is irrelevant. The citation was issued according to ordinance.
You find a teenager for mowing
I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself. Chat, get active on this. What do y'all think?
an elderly woman's lawn for helping her? This court will not treat kindness as a crime. The citation is dismissed. You find a teenager.
That's the end of the video. What do y'all think? I mean, I'll let it play
for
again.
mowing an elderly woman's lawn?
A teenager is being fined for mowing his elderly neighbor's lawn. She couldn't do it herself. He didn't charge $1. Now the city
First
says
of all, is this AI? Whose mower moves
herself.
sideways
He didn't
like
charge
that?
$1. Now that
Like you have to back it up, lift it and turn it with the wheel. Like you don't drag it diagonally. I don't know. Is this AI?
the city says he
It
didn't
says
charge
AI
$1.
at the
Now
end.
the city says he operated without a permit. Wait until you hear what the
Court
judge
Case
said.
Lab
Your
AI.
Honor, she's 82. She can't push a mower
I mean,
anymore.
it doesn't look like AI, but I think we can all agree that's pretty. Like, okay, black and white. He broke the law if he doesn't have a permit to be mowing somebody else's grass. But in my opinion, I mean, what do we got? Yeah, you're getting slapped. Good. You need a slap. Might be AI, but that would be crazy. Yeah, it absolutely would be crazy to get a fine for not having a permit to mow an 82-year-old lady's grass.
So I cut her grass. I didn't charge her anything. A week later, I got a citation. They said I needed a contractor permit.
Your Honor, landscaping services require proper licensing. Operating without a permit violates municipal code. Whether payment occurred is irrelevant. The citation was issued according to ordinance.
You find a teenager for mowing an elderly woman's lawn for helping.
Look, it says city of blank. Maybe it is AI, but yeah, it would be crazy to find somebody for doing kindness. And that's the kind of day and age we live in. All right. Now, after that intermission, we have another video for y'all. And that is this guy. Blow off top. Be gentle with the name here, but this is Stocks with Josh. And this was put into our investing channel by Mr. Y Invest himself. Let's see what this is
$1
about.
in value in the last 13 days. The NASDAQ has done something.
Hold on, let's go back. There we go.
Well, the market restored $6 trillion in value in the last 13 days. The NASDAQ has done something that it hasn't done since 1979, and that was go up 13 straight days in a row. Now, to that point, when I found out the NASDAQ did something unusual it doesn't normally do, I had to go back and look at the history books to see what happened the last time an event like this occurred. Well, back then, it actually went up 19 straight days, an incredible run. And of course, I wanted to examine, well, what happened after that? Was it a blow off top? Because it's clear to me that we're getting that blow off top that had been talked about in 2024 and 2025? Well, structurally, we're finally seeing something that resembles that. What happened back in 1979 after the NASDAQ went up 19 straight days in a row? Well, you might think that it had a hard and sharp reversal. It didn't. It paused. It consolidated around 2.9%. And over the course of the next 30 days, it hit a brand new all time high twice. But, and there's always a big but in the room, 40
Is
days
there?
after that incredible run, it gave back 100% of the move. Now, we all know that this move has not been one that's been backed by strong institutional buying in the form of volume, which you can see on your chart. Today, we didn't slow down or sell off. We advanced, and a lot of stocks shockingly moved higher, and folks are feeling locked out of the bullishness, and because it's a fearful thing to take risk as the markets are pushing higher. But there is a precedence for it. And after we have made some of the closes that we've made this week, we've gotten bald candles. I've talked about bald candles before. They're
Before we continue, why invest? You want to break down like the first part of what he said, if you can, like the 13 days straight, 19 days straight in 1979, or anybody have anything on this?
Basically, he's just talking about pretty much how history can repeat itself. But in the stock market world, we don't say history repeats itself. We say it rhymes because not necessarily the same thing will happen or could happen. So we like to look at history because it will give us a picture of what could basically happen next. Uh, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what he's explaining. That back then it went up 19 days, and now we're at 12 days. So we could keep going up from here, and then have a U-turn and get back 100% of the move.
So is that what you think is going to happen? That it'll all fall back down, or is that what happened?
Well, so I'm a volume trader in general.
Mm-hmm.
So the volume tells you everything you need to know about what's possibly going to happen. He goes more in depth and he'll break down the charts a little bit more. He's the guy I watch and I've learned a lot of my charting from. I already knew a lot of charting stuff, but he helped me understand it a lot better. So he's a great person to watch if you want to look at charting. But he'll break it down pretty much.
Is that so? Well, let's go ahead and subscribe here. So that means this guy trades. He doesn't necessarily invest.
He invests and he's a trader.
Okay, fair enough. So he does. So it's not either or, it's both.
Yeah, he does both. He calls himself a chart goat. He's great. Let me say that.
I keep saying I need to get into trading, but I guess you and him might be my end with that this year. Let's hear some more.
candles with no rejection wick at the top means there is no selling right now against this up move. I think the market's already targeted that 720 range, and they're not going to sell anything. They're just going to load in until they get there, and then there'll be a pause and there'll be some profit taking, but that likely won't be the end of it. But this will come to an end. This type of extreme move on very low volume is totally and completely sus, as they say. And at some point, every penny of this is going to be returned to the bears. But if you have tried to get in front of this as a bear, you've been crushed. As usual, I did sell a bit early, but don't cry for me. I took nice risk on that pullback. I did a buy video, a tentative buy video back when the SPY hit 645. I told everybody, I said, we may go a little bit lower, which we did. I said, but this would be a great opportunity to take risk. However, I didn't go all in. I left tons of money sitting on the sideline, and then I took profits a bit too early. But I am watching this carefully. I'm running with the bulls, and I'll continue to run with the bulls until we hit the target on the SPY of 720. And after that, I will begin to be more cautious, right? But for the time being, this is not an investable market. This is not a market that you buy in heavy and go long throughout the end of this year. I'm expecting a ton of turmoil ahead of us. We have midterm elections, and on average, during midterm election years, the markets pull back 19%. We have not seen that yet, and they can pull back as much as 30% in a midterm election year. And with this incredible blow off top that we're getting, when it does eventually decide to give back those gains, it's probably going to be even a bigger drop. But right now, it's all up and you don't want to get in front of it. Welcome to Wall Street. This is the Stocks with Josh show. If in the midst of all of this chaos you have not been doing well, I want to invite you to the Stocks with Josh community. I live traded today with Money Mike, and we had a number of very us today. Please put a dollar emoji in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe.
Sorry about
if you
that.
need
I
help
had hit
understanding these
the
markets.
the
And
mute
yes,
button
I'm
on the
confused
mic.
as well. But for the time being, we're climbing. I do think we'll end up giving it all back this year. But you want to wait until the market actually is done climbing, and then we have to give it a couple weeks, and then we'll look at possibly shorting it. But
Okay, so I see what he's saying. What is this? Is what Y Investor's talking about? In the beginning, he was talking about the Nasdaq going up 13 days in a row. He's saying during the course of the rest of the year, so 8 more months, we're going to give it all back. So we're going to lose the whole climb that we just got in the 13 days straight. But wait until it stops soaring, and wait, I think he said wait a few weeks, not a few months. Wait a few weeks to let everything consolidate, and then after that, when we start to see that drop or we get enough indicators that okay, the drop is coming, then start shorting things. I don't really know what short means. I don't know if that's the same as throwing puts on things, but I think puts and options is more of an investor's terminology, and short is more of traders terminology. What you got on that, Mr. Y Invest?
So shorting is just when you, it's almost the same as just buying shares, but instead of buying the shares, you borrow the shares and then you but you have to buy them back. So you're pretty much selling shares without owning them.
So that's the
That's what
same as
shorting is.
options.
No, it's different. It's like it's the same as buying shares. So say if you want to trade a penny stock or any stock in general, you want to if you buy 100 shares of the company, then it goes up in price, then you sell them for the price that they're at.
Okay.
And then the same for shorting. Shorting is you borrow the shares and then you have to buy them back. It's kind of it's I can't really explain it unless I probably pull it up, but it's kind of like how when I trade futures, when I short futures, it's I'm selling the shares. I'm negative. It's a negative share. It's kind of hard to explain it, and I have to buy it back in order to take the profits.
Okay, so it's borrowing shares.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I guess that's different terminology than what you would use for an option if you made a call, because with the call, you are buying the right to purchase 100 shares at that strike price.
Yes, but he's an options trader, but he means what he means by shorting is most likely options. Most of the time, he posts nothing but options like calls or puts. So
Is that
this
basically
is
what the rest of the video is about, or is he going to get into some more technical analysis or something that'd be beneficial?
he's gonna pull up the charts and show you. He should show like the declining volume and target pricing and some stuff like that about the spy.
All right, folks, then pay attention because we're going to go over some trading knowledge. Now, listen, I don't have this kind of knowledge. So you hear me asking why invest? I'm being completely candid. I don't know how to trade. I invest. So
So
go ahead.
one thing too is when he means when it gets to the top and you look for some consolidation. Uh, the things to look at are I don't know if he's gonna have I don't remember if he's gonna have those up, but it's MACD and RSI. You have your daily charts and then you have your hourly charts and you have your weekly charts. But you start with your daily chart and you work your way down. So 4 hour chart, 12 hour chart, 1 hour chart. And your MACD and RSI will start to go down. So right now, if you was to pull up the SPY, you pull up MACD or RSI, they're going up and they're in the overbought area. But the smaller the chart time, they will start to move down. So he should most likely they'll probably be up on his chart, but if not, I could probably either share my screen or post a picture of what it looks like, and so everyone can know.
Okay. Either way, we can make that work. Whether you screen share or throw it in the chat, I can pull up whatever you want. Okay. I guess I'll play the rest of this. Tell me when a good stopping point is if you want to jump in.
Don't try to get ahead of it for now. All right, let's kick things off and go into the SPY. All right, I'm going to keep my analysis of the SPY simple. I'm just going to show this to you guys every day until this up party ends. We've been stacking greens one after the other.
Here are the
gapping
candles
up, and
right
you
here.
can see that during the entire time, volume has been decreasing. Now, this is not what you want to see. There are some situations where volume will stay stable. It doesn't necessarily have to climb, but you really don't want to see it fall off as the price continues to ascend. So how long can this market continue to ascend and where can it go? As I've said, very easy target between 720 and 730 has become an absolute magnet at this point. And
Okay.
even if we were to get a modest or minor pullback, a red candle of any kind, I think it'll still be a buy opportunity until.
All right, so green candles is the market going up or whatever we're tracking going up. This one is the SPY, the S&P 500. Red is it going down. Now, one thing I do not know is why some of these have longer. If you can't see this is why they call it candles. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Do y'all see how this has a bottom, a cylinder shape, and then it has the little wick at the top? This is why they call it a candle. I don't know why this candle is so much larger than that candle, but this wick is so much larger than that wick. Maybe YInvest can shed some light on that.
Oh yes, the wicks represents so if it's on the top of the candle,
Mm-hmm.
it represents so the candles are opposite. So the green candles, the buying, the open of the candle starts at the bottom, the close of the candle starts at the top, and then for the red candles, the opening of the candle starts at the top, and the close of the candle starts at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
The wicks for green candles represent sellers pushing the price down, and then for the red candles, the wick on the bottom represents sellers pushing price up. The wick on the bottom, buyers pushing price up, and wick on the top, sellers pushing price down. So these candles right now, he's on a daily chart. Each candle represents 1 day. So each one of these candles represent 1 day. Usually, when you see a candle that has a very long wick at the top of it, it can give you a signal that price could come down. So usually you will look for a candle to close, the next candle to close above the wick. That's how you'll know the price that will continue up. But if there's no wick on either side, or if it's a very small wick on either side of the candle, it's called like an engulfing candle. If it takes over the previous candle completely and there's no wicks, no long wicks at least, it's called an engulfing candle, and it means price is going to continue in that direction.
Oh, wow. Okay. So these are those indicators we're hearing about that tells you how the market is going to trend or might trend.
Yes.
Sounds good.
So and then he doesn't have MACD on his chart. He just has the volume, and he's just basically showing how volume is just decreasing as price moves up, which you never want to see. You want to see you want to see volume increase while price moves up. And that's really all he has on his chart. And then MACD, I can probably show that. I have it on a few of my charts that I posted before, but I'll post another one in there with MACD and explain that.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. I guess we'll continue on this one. If I find another stopping point, feel free to jump right in.
Till we hit our desired target up above between 720 and 730. All right, let's quickly talk about Bitcoin. We know this was the recent top. We've so far had 2 legs down. We have a bearish ascending channel that broke again to the downside. We now have a second bearish ascending channel with the expectation that this could yet again break to the downside. I believe that this would be the best opportunity to buy Bitcoin.
Okay. There's a lot of stopping points in here because this is new to me. If this stuff that really doesn't interest you guys, I would say try to pay at least some attention to it. He's saying bearish. Bearish and bullish is just a market term. It's not necessarily a trading term. A bear market means the market is falling down. And there's a technical, I think, percentage, maybe 20% or something like that. And then you have a bull market. So if they're talking about the bull market, the bull run, or something like that, they're talking about the market going to the upside. They're talking about a bear, they're talking about it going to the downside. So you can see that right here with these candles from this green, there was a bear fall or dissension, I think is what he called it. And then there's another one here, but he said ascending bear. Well, that makes sense because if you follow it, it's more of a hook. So it falls down and then it comes up just slightly. And he's saying it's probably going to fall again. So it's a mountain peak that is descending. So you could kind of just look at, like, you have a visual and listen to his words, and you could put two and two together.
In the coming days, but a lot of people are feeling like they've been left behind and that the low might already be in and that this time would be different and that we wouldn't get that third leg down. Very likely we will get it, but let's go back in time and see if there's any precedence for this happening during the last topping and winter session.
Here's
So
the
there's
history
top.
repeating
We had
or
that
rhyming.
first leg down, the same bearish ascending channel. We had that second leg down. We got another bearish ascending channel, which then broke to the downside.
There's the ascension right there.
That yes, during that period of time, we did have a move where we did come up and test the 20 on the weekly time frame. That's the gray line. The white line is the 8. It was after we hit that on a weekly candle that we got one more week that went slightly higher, but then the third week in, we got that final and third leg down. Here we are back testing that 20 EMA right now like we did before we got the third leg down. And back when we got that third leg down in the last cycle, we did end up getting one more candle above the 20 that was a doji. But then after that, we got the final leg down, a period of consolidation, and then the bull cycle began.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this one right here. I think most of us probably are not traders on here, but we are going to start to progress our way to trading in the market as well, because that's another way that you can earn money from the market is trading. So there's a little sneak peek of where the channel is also going to be moving towards. And you see we have an expert, our expert on here. He's already in the Discord. You've heard his voice several times, Mr. Y Invest, and he is learning. He's telling you he's learning from this guy right here, Stocks with Josh, which is not wrong. We all need a mentor. We all need somebody who is somewhere we want to be. I often post videos of Earn Your Leisure, the Market Mondays videos every Monday, usually in the investing chat. So I watch them, and I started watching them probably a year into my investing journey that I've been on, and I will continue to be on. So you got to learn from somebody or some source, some book, something. And if it's all crash course, well, I guess you're teaching yourself or you're learning yourself. But whatever the case, we're going to move on to kingdom building. Now,
One more thing?
go ahead. Yep.
You said that it's for traders pretty much, but this will help you, like, even though it's a lot of people use it for trading, this will help you determine when you should buy companies at a lower price also. So like if you said it's going to, like you said, the descending channel or ascending channel, most likely the price will come down. So as an investor, if you know that, then you would wait for price to come down to buy at a lower price for your investments.
Oh, you're saying no matter what you're doing in the market, this is an indicator for you. So, i.e., I invest rather than trade. These indicators will also help me know what price target to buy the companies I want to buy at, the floors and the ceilings. Yes. Ah, okay.
Yes. So that's the reason. So when I post Intel, like it was like a year ago.
Yep.
I posted Intel, and it's because it had indicators telling me that price is getting ready to move up.
And it did.
Yes.
And
so, it
did.
Surprising me now because I looked at it a couple of days ago and it's at $70, and I was like, oh, I didn't know it was going there.
It's
So I
just,
posted it. It was $19 when I posted it. Now it's at
yeah.
70.
I was gonna say 20. I remember it being around 20, but yeah, now it's at 70. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know the current administration are supporting them. So if the government's gonna support it, the government has money, whether they're printing money that they don't have, or I mean, whether they're printing more money or swiping the government credit card. If they're gonna hold up a company, it's gonna be held up indeed. So it is what it is. All right. Well, shifting gears. The next subject we're gonna get to is I forgot to do my timestamp, so y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'll take a little bit to go into this and make sure I put some good timestamps on here for when we switch gears. Um, Another little fun subject right here that will help us with the what do you do with your 62. I just asked Gemini how much time did it take, I spelled take wrong, to build the pyramids. And so it gave me estimates. Great Pyramid of Giza, 20 to 27 years to complete. And I had some more fun topics or fun things to talk about with this, but I'm gonna hold on. Let me grab this screen here. That's what I wanted to do. Now let me go back halfsies. There we go. I just wanted this to be bigger. I guess I could have just done it from here. I was freaking out. Anyway, I have some more stuff I want to talk about this. So the lesson's going to come a lot faster than I wanted it to, but it's okay. I can make shorts. So the Great Pyramid of Giza, 20 to 27 years. These are estimates. Pyramid of Khafre, 20 years. Pyramid of Menkaure, there we go, 15 years. Red Pyramid, Sneferu was the pharaoh. Wow. Okay, 10 to 17 years. And those are the great pyramids of Egypt that are like one of the seven wonders of the world, I believe, right? Now, 10 years for massive ramps, causeways, worker villages, all of that. Remember, in order to build a great pyramid, you did need a worker village. So you had to build a village around it for the workers. You had to build houses. You had to build a lot of stuff. You had 20 to 30,000 skilled laborers. So you had to have architects, a team of architects that were writing the blueprints that could speak to the foreman and say, hey, this is what we need to do. The foreman would come back and say, hey, this is what we're going to need. This is how we're going to get it done. And then he goes out to the folks that are actually the stonemasons that are chiseling the stones and doing all that stuff. And it all comes together with that amount of time and that amount of work. And so I guess the lesson here, because I had a lot more on it, but I'll give the lesson very quickly. Rome wasn't built in a day. A great pyramid wasn't built in a day. Neither will you be perfected in a day. So just remember that $7 a day over time adds up to a great amount, not, $1 million all at once, because you don't have that. But that $7 a day over the course of, what did he say, 3 or 4 decades with about 8% interest can get you $2.4 million. And guess what? That's your hard-earned money. That's your time being respected, compounding and working for you and giving you a better result, right? So that's all it takes. That's all it takes. I had a medieval castle on here to talk about. 5 to 10 years, 10 to 15. I had feudal Japan castles to talk about. But the point of the whole thing is it takes time. I even had a kingdom. How long does it build the average kingdom? And so the point here is that it all takes time. That's the point. Now, last thing we're going to get at, and this is the moment some of you been waiting for, but why has the market, I put quantum computing stocks surge because I was following QBTS, quantum computing, and I had heard some whispers on why quantum went up. Let's get to these very quickly. So, perfect storm of breakthroughs and error correction, massive defense contracts, a transformative partnership with NVIDIA. Again, NVIDIA tends to be the epicenter of growth in the market. Investors are increasingly viewing quantum project or quantum technology as the next phase of the AI revolution rather than a distant science project, which I've been saying for like 2 years. Quantum computing is next. AI is still in infancy stages. Quantum computing was a whisper last year. Now, well, 2 years ago it was a whisper. Last year it came alive. So I don't know if it's been birthed yet. It's there. Zygote, embryo, whatever you want to call it. But I think, and what Earn Your Leisure has been saying now is that they don't think it's going to be one of these side companies that grow up from the seed into a great tree. They think it's going to be one of the great trees already, reaching down and acquiring that seed or growing another what do you call those things? Pine cones with the seeds in them. Basically, one of the great companies that already exists: NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Meta. I might have said Microsoft, but you get it. The Mag 7, Amazon, all of those, Google, acquiring one of those companies or creating a division within their company that's going to be doing quantum. You don't think it's going to be IONQ or INOQ, something like that, or QBTS or QBS, all these quantum computing companies. They don't think it's going to be one of them. It's going to be one of the big companies doing it. So it's been on the screen. You guys probably had a chance to read it. So in mid-April, NVIDIA released, what is that? Ising, a family of open source AI models specifically designed to solve quantum computing's biggest hurdle, error correction. Because yes, quantum computing is like basically supercomputers that are trying to solve big problems, big algorithms, big how do we do this? And they're pulling data from all different kinds of angles. And the point is to do it very fast, right? Faster path profit. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, right, claimed Ising can correct quantum errors up to 3 times faster than traditional methods. Now, that is quite a bold claim, but that guy is not reckless. I think he's also co-founder of NVIDIA. That guy right there is not reckless. If he's saying it can do it, as a CEO, some of the CEOs have been caught cooking the books. I won't say any names, allegedly. I'm not getting sued, but I will say he's not one of them. This guy's not reckless at all. So if he's saying that, I would believe that. Industry impact. This development signaled to investors that quantum computers could become commercially viable and profitable years ahead of previous 2029 to 2030 estimates. Stocks like Quantum Computing Inc., QBTS, or Xanadu Quantum, I don't know what the ticker on that one is, saw gains of 15 to 30% immediately following the announcement. I didn't know what made my quantum options jump, but now I do. It was a hard week at work. I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. Y'all think militarying is easy. It's not. All right, moving on, major technical breakthroughs. Google's Willow chip. In April 2026, Google unveiled its 105 qubit Willow processor, which effectively ended the noisy era of quantum computing by consistently achieving below threshold error corrections. It performed a task in 5 minutes that would take the world's fastest supercomputer roughly 10 septillion years. Don't even get me started on what the heck that means. Just know 5 is less than 10. That's all I could tell you. It's faster, folks. That's all I could tell you. Now, I did hear Earn Your Leisure throw Google out there as one of the ones because Troy from Earn Your Leisure picked Google as his stock of the year. Now, I was good last year because I picked Robinhood as my stock of the year, and it had over 200% growth. And I'm still good with them picking as stock of the year this year, but I am very biased. I just love Robinhood's business. I love their business as a whole. But there it is, IONQ. All right, networking milestone IONQ successfully demonstrated the first photonic interconnect between two commercial quantum systems. This is a critical step towards a quantum internet, allowing multiple quantum computers to be linked to solve massive problems. So that's big too. You take, instead of having a supercomputer and a supercomputer work independently on the same task, you put them together, you lessen the time. Makes perfect sense to me. So look, so that's, now you've seen NVIDIA, obviously, again, always the epicenter of movement in the market nowadays, right? QBTS, quantum computing, Xanadu, never heard of them. You see Google, another one of the Mag 7, and IONQ, one of the top quantum computing stock companies, moving the needle, doing things that's going to move the needle. So government and defense adaptation. Now, I didn't see anything on, I guess, my best cybersecurity company, which, I mean, they do other stuff too, but Palantir, Alex Karp, I haven't heard that CEO for a while saying anything about this, I guess the Iran skirmish or conflict, you could call it. Some people are saying war, but I don't know if that's, I mean, to them on their end, if they're getting bombarded and stuff, it would be that they're at war. I just couldn't even imagine being those people. But what I'm saying is, and I haven't looked for it either. I assumed I would hear Alex Karp having a loud voice on what's going on, because Palantir allegedly is embedded in the government with all their technology and whatnot. So, but I've heard nothing. So I don't know if this is going to mention it though. So government and defense adoption. Quantum computing is now being treated as a matter of national security, leading to a surge in high value contracts. DARPA and military contracts. IONQ recently secured a major contract with DARPA to rebuild network quantum computers. It also announced collaborations with U.S. Navy and Air Force, providing stable and non-speculative revenue that investors had been waiting for. So they're talking about military contracts. IONQ have now become Palantir in a sense. If they're going to be funded by the government, that might be one to invest in, especially while what we got going on is going on. Listen, folks, it sounds like a dirty game, but I'm going to tell you something. Money is going to be made one way or another, right? Whether you have a moral compass issue with it, whether you know about it or not, whether you don't agree with it or not. Palantir. Some people didn't want to invest in Palantir when it was like $12, and then it shot up over $100. And guess what? They had the opportunity to do it and they didn't do it. And some of them are just as broke as before they did it, or more broke, right? But somebody made millions off of it because they saw what was coming. You get to choose which one you want to be. Right. So if IONQ is going to be government contracting, that might be a good company to invest in. Whereas a year ago, that was not the case. It is the case now. So I'm just putting the information out there. You can make your own decisions. I invested in Palantir. I absolutely invested in Palantir. I have nothing to do with anything, the spy technology they're making or anything like that. You say, well, you're helping fund them. Listen, man, I have a family to feed like you do. I don't deal in dirty money. I'm not in any kind of gang affiliation or nothing like that. I'm just investing. So if you have the moral high ground, you go ahead. Let's compare bank accounts. I'm just kidding. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I'm just kidding. All right. So global investment. Cumulative government commitments worldwide have now exceeded $54 billion.
Very nice words, but it happens to be wrong. Wrong.
I'm just kidding. I would never go that far. I'm not that confident in my bank account yet. No, I'm just kidding. establishing the sector as a strategic economic priority. And then number 4, transition to practical products. So the industry is moving towards quantum as a service model, QAAS. Never heard of that, but I'm going to write that acronym, QAAS. Companies are no longer just selling potential. They are delivering early real world value in drug discovery and grid optimization and financial risk modeling through cloud access via platforms like AWS and Azure. So now if these are publicly traded companies, or you know somebody or companies that either make this or are investing in them, I'm just saying, why investors talking about indicators? These are indicators right here. We're going over indicators right here. They're just not in the form of candles, which you saw before, right? But pay attention. These would be indicators. What we got, chat? Might be quantum as a service. What do you mean might be? That's what it says. Quantum as a service. QAAS. You dummy. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, I can't with this guy, man. Somebody get this dude, man. All right, so to sum it all up, you can read the bottom, but basically, if you've been paying attention, hold it. Xanadu Quantum XNDU. So now I know the ticker. Now we all do. They're up over 200% year to date. So since January, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. That's insane, folks. First of all, it's insane for a company to be up over 200% in general in a year. They're saying since January, so just a little over a quarter to grow, or a third of the year, this company is already up over 200%. What was this stock? Like $2? Good God Almighty. Okay. INOQ gained 20% in a single day. Whoa, God. And Rigatoni, I'm just kidding. Rigetti and D-Wave. D-Wave is the one I was thinking of. D-Wave Quantum. Quantum computing, the ticker's not QBTS. It's QBT. Something like that. I don't know. Both saw double-digit gains releasing. Okay, so listen. They're telling you all of this top part are indicators, because look at this. QUBT is quantum computing. Chat, undefeated. QUBT is quantum computing. QBTS is D-Wave Quantum. I saw my options in D-Wave Quantum going up by quite a bit last week. So, all right, folks, that is quantum computing. And then the last one I did was why has AI stocks started going up, and we're over an hour, about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna skim through this. Number 1, Nvidia. You can read it. Number 2, major technical milestones. They already just talked about these same things for quantum. So if you see the same stuff on here as you did for quantum, guess what? Nvidia and AI and quantum computing is like the double helix right now. That means they're embedded with one another, right? Government defense adoption, it's the same stuff. Now they did talk about this NASDAQ 13-day run-up in this one that they didn't talk about in quantum computing. But basically what moved the needle for quantum computing moved the needle for AI. What more can we say, folks? And listen, that is the show for today. I appreciate everybody on Discord for tuning in. I will be sending out those invites, because it looks like this is the first week I've sent those things out in like 3 months, and more people join. So a lot more people will be able to see this on YouTube. I'm going to have this up probably in about 30 minutes. Please, the thing you could do is please like the video once it's up. Please share it. And bring people to Discord next week. Does anybody have any closing thoughts on the show? Because that is the show for today. Why invest? Thank you for being here, good sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar, no matter what Ramza says about you, and he says a lot. I'm just kidding. But thank you for your technical analysis and breakdown of the market, right? And getting us to our to increasing our trading prowess, I should say. So I appreciate that. You're on every week. Sanchez, thank you for being here. Ramza, Alpha Delta, you joined us this week. I see that. And anybody else who was on, appreciate y'all. The forge is going cold, but before I do that, I did see this dude that has been this guy is on the loose, man. What is he saying now? You're wearing clothes and you have thoughts. So you have clothing thoughts? Yeah, see, this guy needs to be stopped. This guy needs to be stopped. Somebody get this dude, man. This guy needs to be stopped. Whose brother is this? This guy needs to be stopped. Just having some fun at this point. All right, folks. Forge going cold. I will see y'all next week. Same bat place, same bat time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I am out. The Blacksmith. Salute y'all and see you next week. Huh? Yeah, we do need to put him on timeout. This guy's nuts. This guy's nuts.